When I was 205, I absolutely hated how I looked. The constant stomach sucking, the shirt pulling, the feeling awkward when taking family photos. I never knew to a realization that there were reasons why that led to that result of me being overweight. But then there's also reasons that made me lose 65 pounds of fat in less than 6 months. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the reasons why you think that losing weight was difficult. I've always struggled with losing weight ever since I was always growing up. I've always used to have the Hispanic household's ingredients of rice and beans all the damn time. With tortilla, con huevos. I mean, that was all we had. Little old me didn't really know anything about nutrients. So when I got a job and started hating those types of foods, that's where the problem started getting enlightened. Where I was able to buy all the American food, or the processed food, fast food, going out all the time, not knowing what I'm putting myself in the body, realizing that I never needed to exercise. So the first real reason why you find struggling very difficult is because it's not fun. Yeah, it's crazy to say, but diets aren't supposed to be a struggling uphill battle. Exercising shouldn't feel be painful or just doing out of discipline. Yes, we could have the mindset of David Goggins of just going constantly every day and making your life suck every single day, but you're not David Goggins. You can have his belief system, but understanding that you need to find ways that make it fun. Those times where I used to try to lose weight, waking up early in the morning because I needed to be that 5 a.m. disciplined, really never helped me. I was lacking in sleep. I felt tired. Exercises were just so bland, painful, and no wonder I found it so difficult for me losing weight. I used to just be on this military diet because it promised me that I was going to lose 10 pounds next week. But I realized that I was starving myself throughout the whole week, and it didn't last until 4 days. Or this vegan diet where you just strictly eat plants. I never came to a realization that those things that are happening are just constant weird diets that have never really made it fun for losing weight. There is a diet out there for you, which I highly recommend going on, where you strictly mostly eat a lot of animal protein with a lot of more fat, while relatively keeping your carbs low. But it's very challenging to eat a lot on this diet, which makes it fun. Imagine trying to eat excess amount of food, aka animal protein, but you just can't. That's a challenge that I'm always feeling happy because it's fun to do because I always feel full and stationary and to the point where it's just kind of challenging that I can't really eat anymore. Exercises when I used to work out were really painful. I used to lift heavy and had ego lifting, always having weird joint pain, realizing that my form was ass and I still wanted to push it because I wanted to lose that weight. Feeling sore the next day, was constantly every day running a mile. I'm putting myself through hell all because of my results of what happened in the past of me becoming overweight. But this is the thing about losing weight. You have to find things that make it fun. If you find it really difficult to go to the gym, it's because there's something that you're lacking that doesn't make you feel like you want to do it for fun. Compared to the guy who always had to constantly use willpower to go to the gym rather than the guy who liked going to the gym. You need to become the guy who enjoys it. You need to find things that you find fun doing while losing the weight. And what I mean by fun, I mean obviously find exercises that you find that are comfortable and that are easy to do on you. Have a buddy and work out with them. Put on some new clothes, buy some gym wear, buy supplementations, eat more animal protein, go on this diet that I recommend, sleep in more. This is the culture of bodybuilding. You don't have to constantly eat so much, but being in that mindset of going all in, it's a fun thing to do. It's a part of your life that you always want to keep going. So make it fun. If it's something that you don't like and you're just doing it out of discipline, there's something wrong with your program. Next is going to be it's because you're not adaptable. There are two types of people out there in the world, and what I have noticed is that there are carb adapted people and fat adapted people. This goes on with dieting because I've noticed a lot with me and more likely all the Hispanics out there in the world. We eat a lot of carbs like tortillas, arroz, frijoles, and with the Hispanic food of like tortas, quesadillas, it's always fried or really thick bread. I've noticed that we usually tend to gain a lot of weight from that. The average Hispanic that goes out there in the world is obese. They're overweight, or just the normal ones of the skinny fat physique. But of course, you don't want to look like the average Hispanic out there in the world. You actually want to look pretty decently, aesthetically nice when you're losing weight. That's why I emphasize that you need to stop eating a lot of carbs because I realize that eating carbs makes you bigger. Us Hispanics always like to eat pan dulce in the morning because when you're always eating those constant foods that you've always had, you always get a sensation of bloatness, lethargic feeling, or just like this weird mental fog in your brain. That's from all those carb sources that you're eating from Hispanic food. What I've noticed is that I haven't ate a lot of Hispanic food throughout my life, and I'm glad because I realized I needed to change my whole diet. I didn't need to have a quesadilla or gordita or sopes when I first did my first workout program that I solely customized myself. I was in the gym for 3 hours, working out the body part, lifting really heavy weights, making sure I hit 12 reps, even though I was only able to make six, and thinking that, oh, I'm building strength, not progressive overloading, barely eating. When losing weight, it's like a recipe. It's like baking a cake. Yes, you can bake a cake without certain ingredients, but it turns out a different way than how it's supposed to be. Figure out how you are able to lose weight effectively, as in finding foods that you are likely to eat more that are actually beneficial for your life. I tell you to most of the time, eat a lot of animal protein. That would be ground beef, chicken breast, turkey, ground pork. Anything that's essentially that's meat from animal, you will more likely lose weight from that. Find exercises too that are very comfortable and very easy for your body to build strength and muscle. Don't go into the habit where you have to focusly use this exercise, even though if there's some shoulder pain, even if there's some joint pain, because you're actually harming your body and actually building muscle. If you can't work out 5 times a week, you could break it down to 3 times a week. And if you can't work out 3 times a week, you could always just work out 1 time a week. Regardless of whatever situation you are in, everyone is different. I started when I was 205 and I found the opportunity to actually lose the weight before college, other relationships, goals that I've always wanted to accomplish throughout my life. We understand that you right now have other things like school, work, you have other obligations that you have to complete. But understanding that those are just excuses for what goals that you want to achieve if you want to lose the weight. So you have to figure out how to become adaptable when losing that weight. There are many programs out there in the world, many diets out there in the world, and many exercises that will help you lose the weight effectively without making it feel like you're suffering. And again, if you want to learn how to lose weight faster, seriously, click on the description down below. The other thing is going to be is not finding your reasoning. Your reason must be deep in within you. You can't just be like, "Oh, I want to lose weight." That's just a bland reason, and you're not going to be fulfilled and wanting to wake up the next day for you to continue losing weight. There must be a fire desire, a fire reason of you wanting to lose that weight. Solely my reason is because I want to attract more women. That is essentially why I lose weight so effectively. And that is why I don't put biguas or bullshit in my fucking food because I want to look attractive. This is the reason that makes me want to wake up and hit the gym. You need to find your reason of why you want to lose the weight. And it could be anything that you want. You don't want to have low testosterone. You actually want to live longer. You're tired of how you look in clothes. It needs to be a brain desire for you to constantly wake up in the morning and hit the weights. If you have a constant battle of like, oh, I have to go to the gym. I don't really like going to the gym. Your reasoning of why you want to lose the weight isn't effective enough. Honestly, grab a piece of paper and write down the reasons why you want to lose weight and circle the one that really, really speaks to you. If it's about women, go for the women. If it's about looking good and having respect for yourself, then do that. If you don't want to have diabetes, then do that. If you're tired of how you look and just honestly want to feel better, that is your reasoning. You need to find a reasoning that makes you want to wake up in the next day and go work out. Losing fat shouldn't be difficult. If you find the right things that match with you and do them for a constantly long time, you will eventually hit the results. So if you're not making it fun, and if you're not becoming adaptable, and honestly not finding a better reason for it, you will be struggling with losing weight. But if you have those three core principles, losing weight will be so effectively that you wonder why people don't lose weight after all. If you want to lose weight faster, click in the description down below. And also hit that subscribe button if you want to continue watching me. Go put down that fork and go lift some weights, brother. And I'll see you soon.